Hello and welcome dear learners to the NPTEL course on Healthcare Quality Management, Infection Control and Patient Safety. In the Module 4, Clinical Governance, Leadership and Risk Management in Healthcare, we will be studying about the Healthcare Leadership, Engagement and Empowerment, Part 2, where we will be discussing more on the leadership in healthcare, leadership, engagement and empowerment, patient safety, quality improvement and leadership challenges in healthcare. So, if you would talk about the leadership in healthcare, it is more like a visionary leader for a healthcare works best in the healthcare setup. And we find when quality care is imperative in today's healthcare environment, an organization can strive for quality patient care with a futuristic vision which is aimed at achieving the next level of error-free healthcare. So, what is a visionary leadership? If we talk about visionary leadership, it aligns with the trait of level 5 leader. So, level 5 leader means one who focuses on transforming an organization into a great institution. Just like if you say into the hospital or healthcare industry, someone a visionary leader is one who focuses on transforming that particular hospital into a great hospital. So, a level 5 leader optimizes or personal humility combined with fierce professional will. So, leaders below level 5 can achieve higher level of success but not to be sustained level achieved by level 5 leaders. So, we can say level 5 leader is one who has reached to the level. So, level 5 leaders bring out the best in the organization and in a sustained and consistent manner, means like it is continuing. So, their strength lies in personal humility, modesty, calmness, focus and determination. So, these are some values actually which are being taken as in strength of this level 5 leader. They act in a calm yet focused and determined manner while leading change. So, leading change is inevitable actually for this part. So, level 5 leaders consciously develop successors for the next generation of leadership, and such leaders act as a catalyst in transition from good to great organization. So, level 5 leader is not one like he will end his legacy, he continues it, he tries to identify or make it a way actually to the successor for the next generation of leadership. So, now we will discuss about leadership engagement and empowerment. So, what is engagement as? So, engagement is defined as an arrangement to meet or be present at a specified time and place. So, what is mean by leadership engagement? So, the definition over here highlights three key parts of engagement. The first part is agreement to complete a specific task, followed by completion at the specific time, and in addition completion at a specific place. So, there are two things which we need to understand. Time and place is connected with an agreement, a specific task. So, task is very important over here with respect to time and place. So, all these three aspects can be used to define responsibilities for any position within an organization clearly. So, whenever a person is getting with a leadership, actually he needs to accomplish the specific engagement task with a specific time and at a place. Leadership engagement signifies the absolute commitment of the leader to complete the assigned task. So, task becomes very important, but time and the frame of right place is one which is very important over here to get aligned with. So, Forbes defines engagement in the business context. As we find, it has defined like the emotional commitment that the employee must be aligned with an organization and its goal. So, Forbes has seen to state that the employee, whoever takes the position of leadership, he or she aligns with the organization and its goal also. So, leadership here stirs the organization either directly or indirectly by influencing decisions and shaping behavior inherent to the organization. Now, leadership and organization culture. So, leadership symbolizes the organization culture which gets cascaded down with the organization. An engaged leader makes the right decision for the organization, earning respect for the team. So, it can be seen that respect is one which is very important for a leader to be gained from the team, while versus the leader inspires the team and the team begins to display a same zeal that the leader is possessing. So like you can say the leader is creating a strong culture of commitment. In the changing global environment and market dynamics, how does this leader sustain? So in advancement in science and technology has led to the disappearance of geographical boundaries, converting local markets into global markets. So with this need, there needs a leader who needs to take ahead these challenges. These developments have resulted in creation of interconnected economies, and you may find that a lot of chances for a leader is to develop himself for this role. Changing market dynamics have increased competition across the global market, and these macroeconomics changes are forcing organizations to reduce inefficiencies in their system to compete effectively. So like there is a requirement for a leader to accompany and put the organization and meet the competitive requirements. So what the leader has to do? The leader has a conductor of organizational commitment. So the leader in this context acts as the conductor. The organization culture flows through the leader, and the employee works together like a musician in an orchestra along with the leader. So this collective effort creates the music which is required for the organizational success. Whether it is liked by the audience or a customer, that's a different story. Empowerment and employee motivation. So does a leader needs to give an motivation? No doubt. Empowerment is another powerful lever that leaders can use to ensure high motivation and commitment from employees. Where a leader is someone actually who is a motivator to the team. Numerous studies corroborate that empowerment is one of the single most effective factors in ensuring commitment and a high morale. Empowered employees are internally motivated, and you find this is a great benefit that the leader acquires. Internal motivation stems from the basic human nature to take control on one's work and responsibilities. Empowerment and decision making. Empowerment helps employee handle situation to the best possible extent, which is very important into the unprecedented situations that an employee face in healthcare organization. This empowerment enables the employees to make decisions in challenging situations and execute them effectively when it is required. During the actions, employees either enjoy the joy of successes or learn from their failures. And in both scenarios, empowerment provides employee with a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. So it is very important in your ups and downs, both the way empowered employee really works to give a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. Learning, fulfillment and motivation. How does these three flow together? Successes reinforces confidence and motivation among employees. So when you find successes, it is really giving us ahead as an employee a confidence and motivation which floats to the other employees. Failures act as a learning opportunities, contributing to personal and professional goal. And both outcomes contribute positively to employee satisfaction and sense of achievement. So either a way, when you say the success is benefiting, the failure also teaches us something for this part. Startups serve as a good example to showcase the power of empowerment. Employees are given sufficient bandwidth by the management to make up their own decision, and this guarantees peak performance due to high level of employee motivation. Now, involving leadership perspective. Several companies and their leadership have realized the hidden potential of empowerment. And due to this realization, organizations have started referring to their colleagues as a business partners rather than employees. The reason is like they are trying to develop the other, along with that, even the colleagues to state that they are accountable for this part to take as a partners. This shift reflects a more inclusive, trust based, and empowered based driven organization culture, which is a need of a time where I try to emphasize and state that healthcare organizations should also try to learn a lesson to go ahead with inclusive, trust based, and empowerment driven organization culture. Now we will be discussing on patient safety, quality improvement, and leadership, how these three are taking a role ahead. The role of leadership in quality patient care. We require this aspect very important to study because experts in the healthcare believe that leadership plays a significant role in determining the delivery of quality patient care. The quality is much to be delivered only in the leadership. It is responsible of a leadership to create a true culture of quality where quality becomes a habit rather than not one incidence. Creating a culture of quality. How to create a culture of quality? An environment should be created where quality is not restricted merely following a set of guidelines. And healthcare or hospital organizations, they need not to be only fitted or limited to guidelines which are there for quality, but making it more like an environment. So quality should reach a level where employees observe others adopting a qualitative approach in their daily task. They are making it more subjective towards the understanding of quality rather not only fitting it with the quantitative parameters. Patient safety and ethical foundations. Here now there is a little twist. Quality and patient safety are the element to the Hippocratic Oath. Every physician's medical personnel takes a Hippocratic Oath, and the Hippocratic Oath are the fundamental to healthcare quality, where there is first do no harm. So, is the cornerstone of medicine and must be ensured by all healthcare professionals that if you are not able to do anything, no doubt actually, but you should not do a harm to a patient. Now, there is also an uttering of shared responsibility for patient safety. As we have seen that healthcare organizations need to develop an environment for quality, there is also an ethos of the Hippocratic Oath today, which is not limited only to clinicians. Now, it has extended to every stakeholder who are dealing with patients and not only restricted to physicians or medical personnel. Leadership as the driving force for safety culture is driving force behind creating an environment which ensures safe practice and a culture of safety. This leadership brings in a sense of commitment towards quality care across all the organization and not limited to one particular department. Institutionalizing quality as a habit. What does this mean as? So, commitment to quality care must begin with the best doctors and trickle down to every staff member, which can be including from housekeeping and even people who are installing this or even other groups of people across the organization and not only leading to sustained benefits but improved patient outcomes. How to develop a culture of safety as a leadership priority and how the leadership should take it as. Focusing on the culture of safety should be a leader's top priority. The leader should strong safety creation net and a atmosphere of mutual trust among the employees and patients. So patients trust as well as the employees trust bridges something as a great leader. And this leader must engage and empower employees to report errors or situation that may pose a potential threats to patient where the leader can understand what is going wrong. What will be the tool to understand this? The tool to understand the safety culture will be or is available to help understand the culture of safety within an organization. There needs to a development of a tool which will try to state that a formal culture of safety survey is one which can be seen to make the requirement of this tool. This survey provides an information about the employee attitude, where you can understand whether the employees are fully understood about the safety. It helps bridge the gap between the perception and the reality, what really the employee understands and what really they are following. By using this tool, you can improve the communication and the provision of safe patient care, where it is very important to understand and to make them realize, while again to make them clear what are their doubts, you need to improve the communication. Leadership role in quality initiatives. A lot of quality initiatives are taken in hospital and healthcare industry, and along with that how the leadership really plays a role. The leader comes off to the healthcare facilities to must stay abreast of emerging trends. They should try to encourage quality initiatives that create a positive impact. Leaders must assess the impact of quality care on organizational success. They should try to include evaluation of patient safety outcome and patient satisfaction measures. So it is very important on a part of a patient to also being seen as into the role of quality initiatives. What does the leader serve as over here? The leader serve over here as a catalyst for continuing quality improvement within the provider community. So many of the studies have concluded that leadership emphasizes on quality care and patient safety is a key attribute in achieving the culture of safety. So the entire role of a success lies into the hand of a leader. So you can see there is a whole lot of discussion that we have made it for this leadership role which is in connection with quality. Now we can see the holistic and whole system approach to quality. What is this whole system approach as? So quality can only be achieved by adopting a holistic approach. Holistic approach means issue must be viewed using a whole system perspective. You cannot leave one on the other, and ensuring the development of appropriate leadership behavior, strategies and qualities which is very fundamental. Where you find by achieving this high quality care, it requires a direction, alignment and commitment towards a shared vision. Organization culture in a healthcare setup must be nurtured along with the system. And leadership has the most significant influence on the organization culture, where you can say the alignment, commitment, and shared vision is more towards influencing and which aligns to organization's requirement. Also, leadership and cultural alignment. So, clinical governance spans across different parts of the organization involving different providers, which ensures the key element. What is the key element? Which creates a direction, alignment, and commitment. The leaders need to encourage for this to make a good culture an open door policy, which is more based on a culture of transparency to highlight errors and strive towards becoming error free. There requires a monitoring and even learning from the adverse event. Lot of adverse events are there in the organization, and you may come across that organization who really don't share this or don't make it more visible. They really don't learn. While the versus safety risk within the hospital must be identified and prioritized to state that there should be a collaborative learning from this. Even collaboration and partnership is very important, where the partnership with the physicians practicing within the hospital and even fostering a relationship to strengthen the patient safety. There is also being seen in healthcare organization that there is an urgency regarding safety which must be created among all stakeholders, like involvement of the frontline staff, encouraging them and identifying the risk. Routine communication is very important to carry out the strategies which are successful in dealing and improving the safety. Role of accreditation very important. We have discussed a lot of accreditation emphasis on all, and we have come across with lot of multitudes parameters within the hospital survey, which shows that it is more important. It is called controlled by leadership. So even JCI is considered by many as a gold standard of healthcare accreditation globally, and even NABH also at India level. Now, what are some challenges in leadership in healthcare? So, challenges faced by leaders in healthcare is both human and non-human, which can bring a change in the human behavior and habitual ways of working is one of the biggest challenge to make one an employee realize about this. The key challenges can be raising staff awareness about the patient safety, that sometimes the staff may need increasing demand. Hospitals are growing at very fast. You may come across that new employee must be made equally aware about the patient safety versus to the regular employee. Continuous reiteration of patient safety goals which are existing and increasing. You need to train your staff. Diagnosing and assessing the patient safety culture, where the leader must diagnose and assess the status of patient safety culture. Empowering and reporting of adverse event, already I have discussed about this. Encouraging the report for this is very essential, and sustaining culture is one reason for this. You may come across organizational change and innovation and improvement, where you may find you have to even nurture future leaders. You have to make a successor for this to make it realize that these are not only the way, but you have to be imperative that a leader creates more leader. They nurture actually and they lead it more involving guiding organization out of failures. So for this particular chapter, which is more emphasizing on healthcare leadership, and we are trying to understand that organizational performance is deeply attributed to leadership culture and leadership strategies. Continuous leadership development plays a critical role in organizational success. An organization which you find in healthcare or hospital which becomes successful only when a leader creates a invigorating culture aligned with its vision and mission. Objectively measuring the performance like survey and all that continuously work towards improvement is a paradigm that leader must model for employees to follow and evaluate. Lastly, I can say that leadership is a pivot of achieving excellence. It is about inspiring one another and working together to scale new heights. So with this, we come an end to this chapter, and we want to see that when you are trying to develop your projects or you are working towards developing a leadership culture, you need to understand how to decoding leadership, and you can take major benefits of this references as well. So thank you very much.